Gulf of Mexico. That's where we're going to start this video. Gulf of Mexico now, Gulf of Mexico back then, Gulf of Mexico forever. That's how we're going to start. When I make these kinds of videos, I try not to sound extreme or fearmonger, but I also feel like I'm not doing my due diligence if I don't speak on what I saw today. I watched the inauguration today. And I genuinely don't understand how people clap for that and call themselves Americans. We'll start off with the oath. In real time, we watched a man who took the oath in 2016, broke that oath, point blank period, in your face with a spotlight on it, broke that oath. And somehow he stood before us today and took that same oath as if he meant a single word of it. So when the rest of the world looks at the American government and American politics and laughs and giggles and has no respect for it, that's why. Because we make these people take these oaths. And when they not only break the oath, but break the law, we give them a pass. The rioters on January 6th broke the law. They will drag the BLM protesters through the mud until the day that Jesus comes back. But you mean to tell me he's going to pardon the people that rioted on January 6th because it was in his name? The American government is a joke. They give you a set of rules, and then when those set of rules doesn't benefit the outcome they want or their narrative or their schedule, they change it and undermine it entirely in your face. Felons can't even vote, let alone be the actual president. A felon. And there are people to this day that says, what did he do wrong? What did he do wrong? He didn't even break the law. He broke the law. He's known for not paying people. He's known for tax evasion. And y'all know these things. And you'll hold everybody else to this standard. And then when it's your own president, you change the rules entirely. Why the fuck were those billionaires there? I know people say that this is the forming of an oligarchy and American democracy is dead. I don't see how the fuck we beat it. This is an oligarchy. Fuck a formation. It's formed. And these aren't stupid people that got lucky. These are intelligent, calculated people with a lot of power and a shit ton of money. The oligarchy is here. At the inauguration today, right next to the president of the United States was a row of billionaires. Some of those billionaires control a large stream of the flow of information. Do you understand how dangerous that is? So when there's protests against the administration that is in control now and the bullshit that they do, it might not even reach the news. The voices might not even be heard. When they do some fucked up unconstitutional shit and you go to social media or the news outlets to check it, it probably won't even be there. Do you know what that sounds like? Does that not sound like a lot? Russia? Does that not sound a lot like fucking Russia? In your own country on American soil. I hope that people are intelligent enough to see it for what it is. It is an oligarchy that will strip away your American rights. But while they do that, they will tell you that they are saving them. He signed an executive order today to save freedom of speech, as if I can't already sit here and say, fuck Donald Trump, with no consequences. Fuck him and his whole administration of hypocrites. But today he had to sign an executive order to save freedom of speech. To me, that sounds like he wants to empower the people who have this hatred in their heart and they now feel so bold to spew that hatred. To me, it sounds like they can go outside and call me the N-word and racial slurs and nothing happened because he just signed an executive order for freedom of speech. Is that what we're getting into? The looming threat of him giving immunity to police officers is a nightmare I have every single night. Do you understand what that's like as a black man? They will hunt us down if they know that they have immunity no matter what. They will hunt us down, point blank, period. I cannot believe we sat there and watched a man who tried to overturn a free and fair election in 2020 and undermine the entire federal government. Spew lie after lie after lie, call name after name after name, and show one of the most shit characters we have ever seen in human history. We let him stand in front of us again and take an oath that he has already broken, and people stood up and clapped for it. He sat up there and condemned Joe for all of the preemptive pardons that Joe gave so that he can't go and prosecute the motherfuckers that held him accountable for his actions. And people stood up there and clapped for him as if he isn't a criminal himself. This is a very sad and dark day for a democracy, and it makes the entire country look like a fucking laughingstock. Not just because Trump is back in power, but because people are clapping for it. When you continue to struggle, I'm talking to MAGA, when those grocery prices aren't what y'all have been cheering for, I want to hear your side of the story then. We're going to do the same thing y'all did. Whether it's Trump's fault or not, everything bad that's going on in my life, I'm going to blame it on the current presidency, just like y'all did when Biden was in office. Do you see where that gets us? Nowhere. We just got pulled. He doesn't believe in climate change. He doesn't believe in climate change or fucking science. He's saying drill, baby, drill, run that oil, produce that energy, fuck the environmental impact. So when the air quality is dog shit, or when you have 125-degree summers, I don't want to know what's going on. You're going on. That's what's happening. I don't always like getting on here and ranting and going over how serious this can be, but we're in an oligarchy. The trickle-down method is bullshit. They're sitting here talking about pulling America out of all these programs, these global programs and stuff, because we're wasting so much money and we need the money to reinvest in this shit. How about all the money that these individuals have, the fucking billionaires sitting right next to you? How about get the supposed money that you're missing from them? No, you give them tax cuts, increase our tax cuts, and then act like the government's just wasting money left and right. So you got to cut all these programs because you need the money. Tax them. They literally got $20 billion each, minimum. And you're tripling what they make and then looking at us, telling us that the government is wasting money left and right and there needs to be a Department of Government Efficiency. Who the fuck voted for Elon Musk? MAGA sat there the whole time and said, why does Kamala get to run? Who voted for Kamala? That's breaking the rules. They can't just, who the fuck voted for Elon Musk to do shit? Where was his process? This is why we can't stand y'all. We cut ties with y'all. We don't invite y'all to our outings. We don't want anything to do for y'all because the same standards you hold everybody else to, you don't hold them to it, and then you run from fucking explaining yourself. You're a child. You're not an American if you watch somebody who has broken the oath somehow take it a second time and you clap. We have to fight this. I don't know how. I don't know how. If they get a hold of the military and then the legislative branch, they got the House and the Senate, the Supreme Court, the tech billionaires, the flow of information. I don't know how we fucking stop it, but I'm not going to sit here, watch American democracy crumble in front of me and see the federal government spew lie after lie after lie after lie repeatedly, and then get on this app and say, oh, did y'all see the inauguration? Look at how fucked up that is. Did you see the sign that Elon Musk threw up in the air? Look how crazy that is. What are we going to do? Everybody knows what it's going to come down to. Nobody's just bold enough to say it on the internet.